Hi guys, welcome back to the second day of Christy's Beautiful Life. I am right on schedule and I am dashing through and bashing my stash of stuff. And today I am doing day 2 with Jessica Michaels, and this is going to be a super quick video, and I'm going to show you what I did. So each sketch I kind of look at what is the main thing, what's the main takeaway. And for this, for me, was the shape of the this shape right here. So what I did was I made my I'm sorry, I'm trying to turn off my phone. Siri, turn off phone. I decided I would use this. So this, I'm assuming they have paper. I went ahead and used photographs. So I have the Epson 3850, and on that the creative print, and I found all this photo paper at Goodwill for a little bit of nothing. So basically it's an eco tank, so I can make my pictures really cheap. So I actually decided to use a recent photo of my kids' trip to Hawaii as the paper. So you can see that this is Kukai Point, and this is on Kauai. And so I used that and some old paper, and I really like how it was. I had a cute little PML card that said, "You are here," and I might find that eventually, but I didn't, so I'm just going to move right ahead. So the first thing that I did was I started off with mixed media, and I'm just going to show you really quickly how I used mixed media. Of course, there are lots of ways that you could do this, and I'm not going to do it on the full sheet because I already prepared that, but I'm just going to show you if you want to create this look, and you can kind of see that I did a little bit of practice. So what I did was I'm using Salty Ocean and chipped sapphire. And so to create my background, which I will show you in just a minute, I went ahead, and how I do this is and it's messy, I just put my down the hair like this, and I put just a dab of water, and then if you're using a 12 by 12, I just kind of slide it on. I think the easiest way to do that, and I just went in circles, and you kind of come off, and you can get it as light and dark as you want, and I just went around in circles, and that's how I created mine. And then, so if you look on my background, you can see that I went much lighter. This is kind of dark, and I kind of like it. So yeah, mixed media it's never the same. Every time you do it, it's a little bit different. I do have this fun bubble wrap. If you ever have any of this fun bubble wrap, save it, because look how this looks. So I'm going to show this. This is also the salt. I didn't do this on my page, but I could. See how, oops, you can't really see it. And then that was a little bit much. So I'm going to, well, that was a failed experiment. I'm glad, and that's why I always test. And then the next thing that I did was on mine was I wanted some splatters. And so what I did was I just took my oxide ink, and once again I put it on here, and I spritzed a little bit, and I just took it around here like this. And then you'll want to wait until I waited an hour between this part and this section, and then I just flicked it. So when you look on and then you'll want to set that aside. Okay, so that is basically how I did the mixed media. It's a easy peasy way to do it. It's not exact. It's very crunchy or organic, whatever you want to call it. So now that I showed you how I did my background, I'm going to show you what I did next. So these strips are, like I said, this is a picture, and it was, I cut on the creative print, I had 3 pictures, and so I cut them down, and these pictures are cut to 3 by 8, and I put them on a the pictures are 2 and 3/4 by 7 3/4, and they're 3 by 8. So I'm going to go ahead and put those, and I am going to have them go in. I'm going to center them a little bit because I have 3 of them. So I'm going to set them in. I've got to get my handy dandy ruler because we all know that I cannot. And I'm going to set them up at 10. So I'm going to glue this down at 10. Well, no, actually I'm going to glue it down at 10 1/4. And I'm going to go in a 1/2 inch. So, and I've already got it glued down. So, and I used sapphire, and I use periwinkle. And look how close this periwinkle is to the color of the water. I thought that was like, okay, so if you're wondering what the color of Kauai's water is, it's periwinkle, almost to a T. I'm going to get a little, you know what? I'm gonna change my mind because I'm allowed. I'm gonna put this one down first. And this was just this was off of a Stickies pack. I believe it might have been from Majestic, maybe not. But I'm going to, since I'm going to center this one first, so I'm going to have it up at 10 1/4, and I'm going to place it in the middle at about 6 1/2, and then everything else will be even. That will be a better way for me to go. And so you can see how I showed you how the mixed media is. This is my mixed media, and you can see that I did the little splotches. Okay. It would have also looked good. You could have done sapphire, you could have done harbor. Let me put this back down here. And I might, I'm gluing this very lightly because I might put you were here. I'm going to make sure that this is straight because I have a little bit of an issue with things being straight, but that looks pretty good. Okay, so that one's there, so I'm going to put a little bit of space in between. I'm going to allow about a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to come in and measure this one at about 8. I'm going to make sure that it's nice and even. And I'm going to put it right there. If you look really closely, that's the kids right there, and that's why I'm going to put this little picture frame, which I also got from my stash. So all of this was just leftovers of things that I've had lying around that I always have to laugh because when, you know, the organizing people, I love organizing. I would love to be organized, but I love my stuff. And so they always tell you, oh, if you haven't used it in 6 months, toss it. I laugh at that because there is very rarely do I not use something that is way, way older than 6 months. So this stuff, we're talking decades old. And to me, I enjoy it. I just go through it and I look at it and I have such a good time. So I'm putting this down. So these fun little shapes were from, I believe they came with the Are We There Yet? But I am going to go ahead, and if you look at her sketch, and it's so cute, and I'm going to look for, I'm looking for one of those little geo tags that go up here, that, and I'm going to look for, I know I have a stamp that says you are here, and so I'm going to stamp that right here. So it won't be done for the pictures, but I'm trying very hard to get ahead on the Christy's Beautiful Life, because like I said last time, the last one was in October, and I didn't finish until January. And then this is also another one, and here they are down here. And this picture's taken from a distance, and so I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. But if you had a cute picture, you could do this with all sorts of things. So you could have your strips of your photo, and then you could have a feature picture and these small little points. So I'm going to put point right here, and this is the name of the point that it's at. These are, they're like irresistibles. You can see, can you see how I just inked them over? I took my sapphire ink and I just rubbed them on there, and it worked out great. So I'm going to try putting them on with this adhesive and we'll see. But I'm thinking I'm going to use glue dots. These are pretty heavy. The only thing about if I put them on glue dots, they're never coming off. You are committed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because they're a little bit heavier. And these were all the rage. We had letters that were, they're like a chipboard. They have a little bit of weight on them. And I have a whole collection of them, and I thought I'm going to start using these. And this, there's not a lot to this layout, but it really is self-explanatory, and there's not a lot of pictures. And this was one of the places they went to. They were there for a week, and so this is where they went, and this is the pictures. And it also reminds me, so my family goes to Hawaii at least once a year. Now that I'm retired, I do plan on going with them. They usually go with the other set of grandparents. So, but at some point, if my kids go by themselves, then I will tag along with them. But I think my first big trip is going to be, this is Kuwait. I can't even pronounce it, but I'm going to put the K, which is the middle letter, at 6, so that gives me a nice balance. If you are like me and you have a hard time with balance, you could just go ahead and put that one there. And so I have my title. I don't think it really requires, I could add journaling. I could add journaling in the middle. Yeah. So this is my second day of Christy's Beautiful Life, and I will say so it is a daily sketch challenge. There are lots of people participating, so you could go through the playlist. And so if you're thinking, oh, I don't have big pictures like this, you could see what someone else did with like paper, or how they used the mixed media. It is fun to see how other people do things, and I've even seen them use the same paper pack and just have a different take on things. So for paper, I've used Sapphire from Close to My Heart, Periwinkle, which is also close to my heart. This is a wave. It actually is the coffee embossing folder from Stampin' Up. And I used Tim Holtz's Distress ink. There was a short time with Close to My Heart that you could get some Tim Holtz products through Close to My Heart, but it didn't last very long, and it was only as a needs basis. So yeah. So, and these little seagulls, which fit on there perfectly, those are from Cape Cod. It looked like this. They had these thin die cut things, and that's where those came from. So I am just reaching in, and that's the nice thing about Christy's Beautiful Life, is there are lots of opportunities to do that. There are lots of opportunities. So I'm going to do my cluster of 3. I've got one coming up here. This one is going to go there. I'm trying to build a visual triangle. This one comes here. But this is a very quick and easy layout. If you are like me and you're slow, I had one friend who said, how do you scrapbooks quick, and she'd always say, I use really big pictures, which I thought was pretty funny. Okay, and you know, these just happened to fall on they were on my table, but I kind of like them on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a few little sequins in here, just for added interest. I think these are Journey, but they're kind of a fun color. They're kind of beachy. So I'm going to put those right there, and I'm using glue dots. I could have used, I love the ones that have adhesive back, then I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to do that one over there. Okay, so this is my done layout in 15 minutes, and we will see you tomorrow. I am right on track, barreling through this, so we'll see how long it takes me to fall behind. We could take bets on that. So anyway, well, I hope you like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you will follow along to Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 17, and it is a Facebook group. This is day number 2, and since I printed this out, I will even show you tomorrow is day number 3, and I have one of my favorite pictures of when they were on Hawaii. That's going to go with this one, and if I get very ambitious, that next one will be a 2-page layout. So we've done this one and this one. Yay, I'm barreling through. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.